Hello, everyone. Just want to say a quick thank you for clicking onto the video. Please do us a favor and hit that like button, comment, and most importantly of all, please subscribe to the channel. Enough of the chatter. Let's get on with the video. We were talking about Antonio Brown and some of his antics, and Jay kind of mentioned something along the lines of they've unalived black people for less. And what we're about to get into is a pretty serious natured story. And the video that we're going to show you guys from NBC News is just kind of it can be a bit of upsetting and unsettling.
Here behind me is where a scam call turned deadly, and I'm going to step out of the way here so you can get a look here. The man who lives here is accused of shooting and killing an Uber driver. He now faces a murder charge and potential other charges. According to reports, authorities say William Brock had been receiving multiple threatening scam calls the morning of March 25th. The calls were concerning an incarcerated relative, and Brock was told to meet at the courthouse to pay a ransom of $12,000 in bail money, or they would kill him and his relative. Around the same time of the call, Lolitha Hall received directions from the same person or an accomplice, instructing her to go to Brock's home to pick up a package for delivery. Dashcam video from Hall's car shows her arrive to Brock's home to pick up that package. According to reports from the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brock allegedly had a gun. This video appears to confirm that. The incident report says Brock allegedly took Hall's phone and wouldn't let her leave, and when she tried to go, authorities say Brock then shot Hall. They started fighting, and he shot her 2 more times.
Damn shame.
Authorities received a call from Brock saying he had shot someone on his property because they were trying to rob him. When units arrived, they found Hall with multiple gunshot wounds.
How the hell did you think she was trying to rob you?
Hall was flown to Kettering Hospital in Dayton, where she died.
That
Reports say while officials were on scene, Brock's landline phone kept ringing, and when one officer picked it up, the man on the other line said he was an officer. And the real officer explained what happened and asked the caller to meet. And he agreed, but never showed up.
So I know, Jay, just we'll get right into it, but I know that you said when we pulled this story in this video, you were like, hey, it's kind of tough for me to see it. Kind of hits close to home as far as the woman be a little bit more elderly and that kind of reminding you of your mom.
I say that yeah go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. I was just gonna kind of lead off with you as far as when you see something like this. I guess the way T put it in our discussion was something along the lines of, do you consider this racism or do you consider this what was the other one, T?
Is it what they saying it is? Like scam calls drove you to
Scam calls, yeah.
I forget where they said this happened at, but
in Ohio, I believe.
I mean, let's be real. This country has always been, I'll just say it. It's always been racist. Always. No matter where you go, north, south, east, west, it doesn't matter. It's always been that way. And the older generation still has that mindset. This man being in his 80s, I mean, I don't know him personally, so I can't say that, yeah, he's racist and he did it solely based off race, and I can't say that. But to shoot someone that's already backing up, the lady can barely walk. She's not gonna do anything to you. Like, why are you're walking her down with a gun, and she is backing up, backing away from you, trying to get away from you back into her car. Why do you need to shoot her? She was there supposedly to pick you up off of
pick up a package,
or okay, pick up a package. I didn't know Uber had
I didn't either.
package pickup or delivery, whatever. But I mean, maybe that's a new service, and she was just. I'm sure she's on a fixed income, or she was on a fixed income, trying to make extra money for herself or her family, and now she's dead because this man thinks it's okay to shoot people that are on your property, not in your house, but on your property, and you decide that I'm gonna, you're trying to rob me, even though you can barely walk. I'm bigger than you, but you're trying to rob me.
Yeah.
Makes zero sense to me, bro. And like my mom, love my mom to death. She's she's older. She's in her 70s. She's not in her 60s, but she's in her 70s. Um, and like the way I saw that lady walk, my mom kind of, she's starting to slow down like that lady was, and it's heartbreaking. These elderly people still need to make money to survive on top of whatever check they get, SSI, whatever you want to call it. If they're lucky enough to retire with a pension, you know, they still need to make their money. And you got people out here doing dumb shit like this. So that's my take on it. Like I said, it's hard to watch. We do it for the show. I know if it was my mom, the cops wouldn't have made it to that man. It just, as soon as I heard, I would have found out where he was, and it's done. It's over, and I stand by that.
Standing on business.
Standing on it, bro. No, thank you, thank you, Jay, for just kind of sharing that with us. Yeah, man, it was definitely a tragedy. T, I'm gonna get right over to you, brother. Like, where do you stand on that? You think it was just a case of bad situation of prank calls and just this lady being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or do you think this was an act of racism?
I mean, bro, let's be honest. Who in their right mind would kill somebody because of prank calls? Like, if you walk outside and see I'm pretty sure everybody here every day receives at least 5 scam phone calls where the phone ring, you answer, and it's like a beep. The phone ring, you answer, and there's some people from another country I won't say because I don't need them to, you know what I'm saying? But we know where they calling from,
Yeah,
trying to
Southeast
trying to get some
Southeast
information.
Asian country that
Like,
we want on there.
bro, this like scam calls don't drive you to kill. Scam calls don't make you kill.
Yep.
Like, do you get upset at scam calls? Hell yeah. I mean, I do. Hell, I done sat on the phone with scammers trying to scam them. So, like, to me, there's no other way to look at it. Like, you walk this old lady down, bro. An old lady that, first of all, she had a bad limp, so she couldn't
Mm-hmm.
run away. She couldn't charge you. She was fragile. She appeared to be fragile walking up to your door to collect whatever it is that she went there to collect. And as she's trying to walk away, calling the police, you're walking her down with that look like a 44, and you kill this old woman for no reason. And what makes me think it's racism even more is in your fucking mugshot, you're smiling. You got this sinister, like, oh yeah, I
Like
killed
smirk.
a N-word
Mm-hmm.
smirk. Like, bro, I'm not falling for the bullshit. Scam calls didn't drive you to kill, bro. Cause you wouldn't have killed a white woman or a white person for that matter if they were walking up to your door like that lady was. So racism, hell yeah. And he deserved it. He deserved death.
Yep.
Appreciate you, brother Julio. What says you?
Man, I mean, I have to. There ain't no other way around it, man. I mean, she was backing up. She was. I didn't see anyway from the video that I saw. I don't see any way that she was threatening him or being threatening towards him while she was trying to pick up this package or quote unquote package that she was there to pick up. The thing that kind of, I guess I would say, bothered me a little bit was when the news reporter was saying that they don't know if it was just her, doing her job, or she could have been an accomplice. They kind of threw it in there really, really quick, so you didn't really get to hear it.
No,
But
that's not what they said. They didn't accuse her of
they
being an
said no,
accomplice.
no. They said possible, but they
No.
still.
They said somebody was scam calling
Mhm.
the old man,
Yeah.
and then somebody else called her. It could have
Mhm.
been that same person that called the old man
Or
called her, or they had an accomplice call her.
yeah. Oh,
So
okay. Well,
no, so
I
they
guess I
weren't they
heard that
weren't
wrong.
accusing her of
Yeah, they
anything. No.
weren't. Yeah,
But it's still to me it seems strange that you know I I'm pretty sure that if you're walking somebody down with a gun, if you have a gun in your hand and you see that that person's backing up, whatever you think or whatever state of mind that you may be in, if they're not an immediate threat, why would you have the need to use the weapon to begin with?
True.
So
scam.
to me it's like, I mean, if you see a person that's already given up, unless you already have that intention in your head that you're going to cause harm to someone, you're not going to use that weapon. I know that for most people that I know of that are gun owners, that they wouldn't just walk up to somebody, pointing a weapon at them, and then all of a sudden, I'm just going to go ahead and unload this clip since I already have my gun out, type deal. It's more or less, if they're not an immediate threat, if they're backing down already, if they've already given up or showing that they're not going to provide any resistance or they're not going to be a threat, then it's done. It's over and done with. Get the hell off of my property. Don't ever come back, type deal. But I've never seen anybody to do something like that and then see them walk somebody down and then still after the fact be like, oh, well, it's because of a scam call. I went ahead and shot her because she was there obviously to get one over on me. It's like it kind of makes it seem to where none of it adds up. And again,
Like,
to what he
True.
was saying too was that, you know, in his mugshot, he's smiling or he has a little bit of a
mhm.
smirk on his face. And it's like, I mean, you can't tear the two apart. But again, kind of like to what Jay was saying too, I can't really say that it was racially motivated just because of the fact that I don't know enough about this man for me to be able to say for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, he was racist and that was the whole premise behind it. I can't say that, but from what I've seen, just based off the video, based off the news report, if I had to make a call on it, then yes, it was racially motivated. In
It's
my
Would you
opinion.
it's see
would you
for me.
kill because of scam calls? Is what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Would you go out and murder somebody because you received a scam calls?
No, I wouldn't. And
Come
but
on,
like to me, and it wouldn't matter what race you were. You killed my mom, so now I'm gonna kill you. Point blank. Period. That's just the way I feel.
I mean, yeah, like
Joe,
right there.
what about you? We didn't get your perspective on the issue.
So for me, I kind of look at it. I try to take my emotions out of some of these stories just because the natural reaction is to kind of go the route of, hey man, this had to be racially motivated, and there's a lot of information there that kind of leads you in that direction. What I'm kind of listening to T kind of harp on and repeatedly bring up is it was scam calls. Do you get mad over scam calls? Would you kill somebody over scam calls? Obviously, unless you're just totally irrational, no, right? But to me, I also look at it as the man is older. T and I have worked in a business dealing with elder people that have been scammed because they believe in scams.
They fall for
They
scams, yeah.
fall for these scams like they're legitimate.
No,
So
yeah, yeah.
I take my personal experience with dealing with customers like that into this situation. The other thing that I look at is it's not necessarily scam calls like you think where they're trying to get your bank account. What they described as these scam calls was people that were basically threatening him and said, "We will hurt you and your family if you don't come to the courthouse with $12,000 by a certain amount of time." So if you're older and you're more susceptible to a scam like that, now you're panicked. You're not thinking rationally. You couple that with now somebody's at your front door that you've never met, you don't know, and they're like, "Hey, I'm here to pick something up from you." What do you think at that point? People are telling me I better deliver them some money. One. Now you couple that with some strangers at my door coming to pick something up for me, and I don't know who you are. That's
But
two.
bro, you ordered a Uber service, so you should fucking know there's
He
some
didn't order, but that's what I'm
stranger that's
telling you.
coming to your door.
He did
But he
not
didn't.
order that.
He didn't
That
do that. That was another
somebody
scam
called her
call
and
to
told her
her.
to go to his house.
Right.
He had nothing to do with her being there.
Okay,
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
so
It was two different scam calls.
Yeah, you're
One
right.
to him,
'Cause
one to her.
I do remember hearing the reporter say that the lady
yeah.
was scammed too. So even in that scenario, bro, you go ahead and finish what you're gonna say, and I'll get to that.
So you couple those factors together, now you're on a heightened sense of alert. Now he's pulled the gun on this lady, and I think it's very unjust that we're at that point. And now she's kind of stepping away and walking away, and he's walking her down, and he takes her phone.
Yeah.
Why does he take her phone? Not because she called 911, but because he's trying to get into her phone to see who's she calling that could be associated. Is she associated with these people threatening myself and my family? Now, as far as why he pulled the trigger the first time, when she's leaving, at that point, now we got an issue because she's trying to leave when he pulled the trigger initially.
Correct.
Now you're looking at it and they're wrestling now. And now I don't know what he's thinking other than this person is trying to combat me. I don't know how at that point you're not thinking, well, I shot this person first. They're trying to defend themselves. But like I said, in the situation of all the facts, I feel like he felt threatened. He was heightened. I don't think he was completely in his right mind. Like he wasn't of his full faculties like we're talking right now having a discussion. He was like, people are coming after me. What the hell's going on? And then the story goes on to say, as they're arresting this man, his phone's ringing. Bro, that's going to drive you crazy because you don't know what's going on. Then somebody gets on the phone. They're like, oh, I'm a cop too. And the cops are like, well, let's meet up. And then they don't show up. So there was a set of circumstances there.
But
none of that drives you to kill. Is what I'm saying.
That's why I'm not saying that he killed her justifiably or anything like that. I'm just saying, bro,
even if
he fell for it, he's old, and he was not of the right mind to handle that. You
saw that old woman as a threat anywhere. This lady was not a threat. She limped up to your door. She limped backwards.
If she was white, would it have been different?
Yes.
He wouldn't have done. I don't think he. To be 100%,
he would not
honest,
have fucking done it. Yes.
He wouldn't have done it.
A white lady in that same physical condition doing that, he wouldn't have done it.
He wouldn't have done it.
I promise you, he wouldn't.
I can't say that. I can't go that far.
I can.
Not based on all the facts.
It wouldn't have happened, bro.
Listen,
bro. Everything you just described is exactly what I said. Scam call, quote, scam calls drove you to kill. Your fucking phone ring back to back is scam calls. What do you logically? What do you
But
do?
it's
Cut
not
the fucking phone
the
off,
phones
bro.
ringing back to
You
back
cut the
that
phone
it's
off,
causing that. It's they're threatening you and
That's
they're
fine. Look,
demanding a
bro.
ransom.
look,
That's
hold on.
not a
Time out, time
typical
out, time
A
out,
scam
time
call.
out,
ransom
time
has
out,
been
time.
demanded, and then a 70-year-old woman shows up to your fucking door, and you feel threatened by a 70-year-old fragile woman
That you
limping to
don't
your
know.
doorstep.
It
And
doesn't
then she
matter,
limped
bro.
away from you before you shot her.
At
She
that
limped
point,
backwards away from
yes,
you.
now at that point there's a problem. But I'm
Hold on.
saying
Look,
where
So
he had to have been mentally to get to
where
that point.
where we're at in the killing of this old woman, bro, is that she limped away from you backwards, looking at
And
you,
that's why he's looking at
showing
murder.
you that I'm no
Yeah,
threat to you, and you still killed me.
right.
You still killed me.
And that's why he's looking at murder, because she tried to
So
leave.
so my point is that if an old white woman the same age walked back away from you, posing no threat, he wouldn't have killed that woman, bro.
He's shooting that lady.
no,
He's
he's
not
not.
killing that old white
No,
woman,
he's not.
bro, at
But
all.
and this is just me playing devil's advocate. But let's play the scenario back. Should it have been a white woman instead of a black woman, and he did shoot her? No. Before you say he won't shoot her, if he did shoot her and kill her, would we be having the same conversation right now?
Yes.
So then it was just the fact that lady was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly.
I
it's
mean,
not
no.
racially motivated at
Well,
that
she was at
point.
the
I'm
wrong
not-
place
wait.
at the wrong time anyway,
At
because
the-
she
at
was
the-
scammed into going there.
She
But
got
the
scammed
point
as well.
is, bro,
Absolutely.
we would still be
Absolutely.
having this discussion.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be about race.
That's
It
why I
wouldn't be
said
about race.
if it wouldn't be
But he
about
would
race,
not have
then was
killed a
this
white
racially
woman.
motivated or
Devil's
was this
advocate does not
wrong
say
place,
he
wrong
won't done it.
time?
I'm telling you, he wouldn't have
But
done
we
it.
won't.
You don't
Again,
know
gentlemen,
that.
we
You
won't
but we
know
don't
that
know that he
because
would
we don't.
either. Yet we're
We
playing
won't.
devil's
We
advocate.
don't know that
You
exactly.
can't have
we don't
two
know
sides
that.
to the coin, bro. He killed a
That's
we
whole
don't know
exactly
that.
what
This
you can
lady
have.
posed no fucking
Two
threat
sides
to him
to a
at the end of the day.
coin.
At the end of the day, she posed no threat. She walked away, backing up, showing you I'm no
Facts.
threat to you, and you still
Facts.
shot me. You shot me.
Yes, he murdered that woman. He
Look,
murdered that
look.
woman. But my
I'm
thing
gonna
is
I'm gonna
it?
put it
It
point
Go ahead,
is.
Jay.
blank.
Go ahead.
Period.
It
Point
absolutely
blank.
is.
Period. Simple. As a gun owner, as a responsible gun owner, if you have someone backing up, getting off your property, hold them at gunpoint until they exit your property.
Leave. Yep.
Once they leave, put that shit away. He didn't do that. Once she got in her car, he shot her once. Then he said they tussled, so he shot her twice, 2 more times. What the fuck?
That's
That
murder.
period.
That's
just
murder.
He could
That's
just call the
murder.
police.
Period.
That's why he's
Point
getting
blank
charged
period.
for murder.
He could have held her and called the police. That's all.
I mean, that's kidnapping, but
There we
you
go.
can't do
That's,
that.
it's
either.
not kidnapping,
So-
bro.
That's
Holding
kidnapping.
somebody
Keep
against
the
their
gun
will,
on her,
that
call
is
the police.
kidnapping.
That's
Keep the
kidnapping.
gun on her, call the police. That's
That's
not
kidnapping.
kidnapping. That's
That
not
is
kidnapping.
kidnapping.
Kidnapping is making your ass come inside.
You're
my
whole.
house,
No,
get
no,
your
no.
ass
No,
that-
no, no,
You're
no.
holding
Any-
somebody
at
against
any
their
point-
will.
If you get
At
into
any
your car
point,
and
if you're
leave,
holding
I got your
anybody
information.
against their will,
Bro,
that is kidnapping.
it wouldn't.
At any
They
point.
wouldn't have charged him with kidnapping if he would have called the police and said, "I have a
How do you know
stranger
they wouldn't have charged
coming
him?
up to my door.
How do you know
I
they
have
wouldn't
a
have charged him
stranger
with
coming to
kidnapping?
my door. I have been receiving phone calls of people threatening me. I believe this to be one of them." Come on now, bro. That man killed that lady because he was
But
an
that's
old
what I'm
racist
telling
white
you.
motherfucker.
When,
That's
when
point
Julio,
blank period.
when Julio said if she was white and he would have killed her, would we be having this conversation? And you said, yes, it just wouldn't be racial. At that point, to me, that screams, then this was not racially motivated. This was wrong place, wrong time.
You killed this old lady because she was fucking black, bro.
Bro, you
You were
cannot
upset.
say that, bro.
You can't say that
upset.
with
You
it.
I
cannot
just said
say
it, and
he
I'm done
killed
with
her because she was
with an
black.
absolute.
Hey,
with,
this is the burner
can't
My
say
count.
that
absolute last breath
without an
related to this
absolute
topic. He
fact.
killed that black lady because she's black.
It's called the
Period.
burner count. Trill can say whatever he wants. It's the burner count, bro. And
Well, like I said, I think that's a good discussion, man. I know it's a sensitive topic for sure.
bro,
And
look, Joe. I just ask you, put your mom in that situation. What would you do?
I'd be upset because that was murder. Any way you slice it, that's murder. He killed somebody. The fact that she's black, yeah, that adds an interesting layer to this scenario. But I'm not saying that if a Mexican lady was there, if a white lady was there, if a Native American person, an Eskimo, I don't give a shit. I think
Somebody
at that
died.
point, somebody got to die in his eyes because he's like, I'm being threatened and I don't
No,
know by who.
no,
And I
nobody
have a stranger on my
off
porch.
based off threats. Not everybody has to die that's in front of you. I'm sorry, that's not how it works, bro.
I'm just telling you my theory. The only person that really knows is him. Him and her. She's deceased. So he's the only one that, and really not even her because she was just
She was
she
there
got
to
caught
do
up
a
in it.
job. She
Right.
was there to do a job.
So he knows what his mentality was, and if he doesn't share it, then we'll never know it. T's convinced that this was racially motivated. You guys kind of agreed, and that's fair. I see a lot of facts in what you're saying, but I also say, hey, there's more facts besides, oh, he was getting scam calls and he got mad. That's not how that played out. It was not like I'm gonna just prank call you
Bro,
repeatedly.
the
It
way you
was
just described it is you described exactly what I just said when you said there were more facts than he got mad because I'm receiving scam calls. In your eloquent explanation, you said his phone was ringing, ringing, ringing. He received multiple scam
there.
calls.
Yeah, right. There was more to, but the way you're
So
blowing it off is, oh, they're prank calling him, so he got mad and he killed this black lady. It's like, no, fam.
that's not what I'm saying at
That's
all,
what you
bro.
said. You
What
were
I
like,
said
that,
is
go ahead.
my
I'll let
exact
you
words were
clarify.
that is not what I said. What I said was you were receiving prank phone calls. The way the
You
news
never
tried to
said prank phone
the
calls.
scam calls, prank calls, whatever the fuck
Scam
you want to
calls.
call them, it's fake calls. Period. So the way the news put it, the man received scam calls and he killed a woman because he received scam calls. Is that not what the news said? That's how they put it out there. So my question to you guys, so did you kill because you received scam calls? You killed this lady because you received scam calls.
That's what he said.
That's what they said.
Think about how fucking dumb that sounds, bro.
To you, that's what I'm telling
That's
you.
dumb
To
as
you,
fuck.
because
You did not kill that lady
you're just
because you
you're
received
putting
scam
it as
calls.
scam calls.
Like,
Scam
come
calls.
on, bro.
If I hear scam calls, there's no
They probably gave this dude the name of
there's
a relative that ain't
there's
even
no
living or doesn't
definition to
exist.
scam calls. Like scam calls is, oh, scam likely. Oh, scam likely. Bro, that's different from be at the courthouse with $12,000 or we're taking you and your family. We're gonna hurt somebody. That's
listen,
different.
but
Be at the courthouse with $12,000. Be
also,
at a federal building to give me a ransom.
He's fucking
give
80,
me a
bro.
fucking ransom.
What are some
Come
of the
on,
fucking
bro.
things that we talk
Come
to
the
old
fuck
people
on,
about
bro.
with these
Let's go
scams?
to
You
a
know
federal
better
building
than
so I can collect
anybody.
so I can commit a crime at a federal building and collect a ransom. Come on.
You know better
Come on,
than
bro.
anybody. We've dealt with elderly people that have fallen
Come
for
on,
scams.
man.
How are you going to act
No
like it's so
fucking way.
ludicrous
I'm not,
for them to
bro.
believe
I'm not
this?
falling for the
because it
propaganda,
kind of
bro. He killed
to
that
be
lady because she's black.
to be
Oh my
honest with
God,
you,
bro.
to be honest with you, it is ludicrous for old people to get scammed. But I've had my dad call me before and say, "Hey, son, these people keep calling me, telling me this and that. Can you come look at my computer?" And I immediately tell him, "Dad, it's a scam.
It's a
Hang
Bro,
up.
bro.
Period."
My
it's
mama
not.
fall for that shit all the time. I swear to God, all the time, bro.
Yeah.
But
And if this man didn't have anybody in his life to call and say, hey son, these people are calling me, or hey, do you have a ransom out on you? My dad would call me and be like, son, what have you gotten yourself into
Right.
to where I need to pay $12,000 to anyone?
here we are.
That's the first, like, that's first common sense thing to do.
Scam
Not
calls,
shoot
bro.
somebody. Not shoot somebody over the shit that you don't know that is limping. You look pretty damn mobile for 80.
He looked very predatory in that video. I'm not gonna say
So
that he's just exalted of all these things and like he's just he doesn't deserve any and everything they throw at him because
all I'm
ultimately
saying is that,
he stalked her down
yes,
and he
walked her
shot her
down.
3 times.
Yeah,
He murdered this woman.
yes, and you deserve death.
Everything you
Everything
get,
coming for you,
you
you
got
deserve
coming.
it. Yep.
Absolutely. But I just say it doesn't
wasn't racially
necessarily have to be racially motivated for this to have happened because I feel like in this story, no matter the race of the person that was there, they would have died because he was he was mentally not stable to handle that situation and he
I'll say this and
Scam
I'll
calls,
end
bro.
it on this. People that are his age and he's an old white man, they don't trust other races other than their own. If he would have seen somebody white, his gun wouldn't even probably would have been out. I'm 99% sure that shit wouldn't have happened if somebody was white on his porch. And I've experienced it. I've dated white girls my whole life. I've experienced their grandfathers being racist to my face. So I'm not stupid, bro.
Bro, he would have killed any minority. Like he just wouldn't have killed a white person, and I'm convinced of that. You could tell by the way he looks. You could tell in the smirk in his mugshot. You could tell by his actions in the way that he did what he did. Because even if you take the scam calls away from the situation and just look at how he killed the lady, you killed her when she was already down. You shot her when she was down.
Mhm.
So let's look at your actions. Your actions scream this was racially motivated.
Actions speak louder than words.
So
Always.
hey, it's good that everybody has a difference of opinion. We welcome that here. We don't always have to disagree, or we don't always have to agree.
we don't always have to disagree,
but
but
bro,
we
you
do.
just know you're not gonna. There's no way that
9
in
times
this
out of 10,
situation that I'm gonna be like, unless it come out that this lady had some dude in the truck that was young and
Not even
he
that,
was
bro.
potentially somehow involved with this scam shit. Like, I'm not gonna be convinced that this dude just shot this lady because he scam calls drove him insane. I'm not convinced of that at all. Because you could have just cut the fucking phone off, bro. And if you got a landline, pull the plug out the wall.
Bro, you know how many
Fixes that situation right there.
you know how many blank phone calls I get and I just look and go back to work? Go back to work. That thing's on silent all day, bro. My phone does
half the
not
time,
ring. It does
half the
not
time I
ring.
know they're bill collectors, so I'm like, fuck that. I ain't answering that shit.
Julio gonna go on a rampage and be like, I got all these scam calls. He's like, no, sir, those aren't scams. Those are the bills you've been avoiding. But yeah, man, thank y'all guys for just taking the time again tonight to indulge us all with your opinions. I think we had some good conversations. Hopefully everybody at home, you guys felt the same way. So with that being said, we want to thank everybody for joining us, and don't forget to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this content with your friends.
Interact.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
let us
leave us
know.
some comments.
Let us know your thoughts and opinions on these topics, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.